They say knowledge is power, but that's only half the story. Real power isn't loud. It doesn't announce itself. Real power hides. It blends in. It smiles while it extracts. This is the dark rule of power, and it's nothing like you've been taught. Power is not force. Power is access. Power is narrative. Power is control of what people believe is true. Power isn't wearing a crown. It's owning the land beneath the castle. It isn't the law. It's writing the law and selling it as morality. It isn't censorship, it's distraction. Let the masses argue about trivia while the real game unfolds elsewhere. The greatest trick power ever pulled was convincing the world it doesn't exist. Power used to ride in on horseback. Then it wore suits. Now it wears a logo. It's in your feed. It's behind your screen. It is more code than command, more click than conquest. Old power conquered with weapons. New power wins with algorithms, contracts, terms of service. It speaks the language of convenience, not conquest. Of comfort, not coercion. When a government censors a book, that's crude. When a platform buries it algorithmically, that's elegant. When your opinion becomes a product shaped by predictive text and targeted ads, that's power perfected. We don't fight kings anymore. We negotiate with platforms, data brokers, and machine learning models we didn't design and barely understand. And the more we engage, the more they learn, adapt, and tighten their grip. The new power doesn't demand obedience. It designs behavior. It creates illusions of choice. It rewards compliance with dopamine. It punishes dissent with invisibility. You won't be silenced. You'll be made irrelevant. Your data is mined. Your patterns are modeled. Your preferences are shaped before you even feel them. Your dissent is buried under memes, ads, and algorithmic sleight of hand. In the age of information, ignorance isn't an accident. It's a product. And distraction is the new form of detention. You think you chose that product, that opinion, that video? Or did the algorithm lead you there, one tiny nudge at a time? You don't need to wear a crown if you can pay someone who does. Real power funds both sides of a war. It owns the ad agency and the outrage campaign. It influences elections without ever being elected. It drafts laws before politicians read them. It sells the poison and the cure, wrapped in the same branding. Pharmaceutical giants fund media outlets and universities. Think tanks ghostwrite policy. Billion-dollar industries shape not just what we consume, but how we think, vote, feel. What does truth even mean in that matrix? The darkest rule of power? It doesn't have to imprison your body if it can hijack your beliefs. If it owns the narrative, it doesn't need the sword. It tells you you're free while defining your choices. It rewards you for thinking within the box. It makes rebellion look crazy, unattractive, or dangerous. If you want to control a man, don't chain him. Just teach him to love his cage. Better yet, convince him there was never a cage at all. Power's new trick is not tyranny. It's consensus. Manufactured consensus. Media repeat the same message. Now it's truth. Celebrities echo it. Now it's cool. Your peers nod. Now it's normal. Now it's reality. Remember when it was uncool to question authority? That wasn't an accident. That was an investment. Dissent has been gamified into irrelevance. Power is allergic to attention. It thrives when you look away. It survives by your indifference. It grows with your passivity. When you say, it's just politics, power grows. When you say, I can't change anything, power laughs. When you think silence keeps you safe, power smiles. The system isn't broken. It's working exactly as intended. Designed for profit, engineered for obedience, rewarded by your trust. You can't fight shadow with shadow, but you can reclaim your light. That starts not with noise, but with awareness, with clarity, with choosing discomfort over distraction. Break the rule of power by becoming conscious of your inputs, refusing distraction as default, saying what you actually believe, building communities off-screen, valuing depth over dopamine, reading what isn't trending, listening where it's quiet. Your attention is the currency of power. Withdraw it from lies, and the empire collapses. Withdraw it from fakery, and truth begins to breathe again. Power adapts. So must we. It grows more subtle, more psychological, more ambient. So our awareness must become sharper, quieter, and less reactive. Don't just resist the obvious, see the hidden, question the comfortable, elevate the inconvenient. Because the dark rule of power is this: if it can shape what you think, it doesn't need to force what you do. Truth, real truth, doesn't scream, it whispers. And the moment you hear it, the illusion begins to crack. Power isn't bad, but blind power is poison. Power with no reflection. Power without humility. Power divorced from truth. Look deeper. Speak louder. And above all, pay attention. Because in the end, Your silence is their strategy, and your awareness is the resistance. So listen for the whisper. Then become the echo.